Sheikh Ghannouchi, welcome to Empire. After maybe 40 years of struggle, 20 years of exile, years in Tunisian's prisons, here you are, the head of a political party that just basically won the elections in Tunisia.
No.
Yes.
Did you expect this to happen in your own lifetime?
Yes, I was sure this would happen. During the past 22 years, I was expecting free elections to happen at any time. The Ennahda movement has no competitors. I've always felt like that.
Why haven't you been a candidate in the elections? Or you simply had a conscious decision not to be involved in the elections and not to be in the next government?
Before I went back to Tunisia, I said I had no ambition to become a president, a minister, or an MP. It was a personal decision that I'd taken, not that of the movement. I did that because I see that this uprising was undertaken by the young people. All the martyrs are young people. The elders only take the lead. This is why the revolution should be youthful. We're dealing with a revolution which is built on renovation, a revolution staged by young people who should take the lead, while the elderly should take the back seat from where they may give advice and guidance.
Only to advise, or are you actually leading from above or from behind?
I'm now leading directly as I am the party leader. I'm leading at the first row, but I'm not intent on continuing to hold this position, so maybe someone else will take over. I'll not, however, remain unemployed. I'm the Deputy Secretary General of the Association of Muslim Scholars, so I have much to do in the Muslim world.
So the Ennahda is going to enter into coalition government with secular parties. That's a major step forward. Yeah. Do you think a constitution will be written in consensus among several coalition parties like that soon?
The constitution should be written in the spirit of conciliation. This constitution is not for one or even three parties. This constitution is for an entire nation. So it should be written in the spirit of conciliation, not that of the 51%, which means a majority that would impose its will. The constitution should cover a long period, so it should incorporate principles that would live up to 100 or 200 years in the future.
What would be your opening line when it says, Sharia is, continue the line for me, in the constitution?
Sharia is justice.
And its role in the state is what?
Sharia plays the role of the source of values. It's not a set of exact rules, but it directs us to brotherhood, justice, freedom, equality, humanity.
So you still think that so-called Islam is the solution for Tunis? Or now you're saying that a civic state with civic values is the future for Tunis?
These two matters aren't contradictory. The Islamic system is a civic system. It's not ruled by a church. It follows scholarly guidance.
But is this your own interpretation of Islamism? Or because certainly other Islamist movements don't adopt this understanding.
That's why there's no one single interpretation of Sharia. Tunisia may adopt a certain understanding of Sharia, while Iran adopts a different one and Pakistan adopts a third one. The concept of Islamism is a very wide one, with different understandings starting from Bin Laden up to Erdogan. It's a very wide range.
Speaking of those two specific poles, if you will, you think what's happened in this last year is a victory for the non-violent, for the more tolerant Islam rather than the totalitarian Islam like Bin Laden?
I once said that Al-Qaeda was over in Tunisia. The eruption of the revolution in Tunisia means there is a third way for a change. It's not that of violence. It's not that of integration into the current regimes under the pretext of aiming to reform them, because these regimes cannot be reformed. Changing the internal systems of these regimes failed, and changing them by violence also failed. So the Arab world was going through a state of inactivity. Tunisia came up with a third way, which is the peaceful revolution. In 1 year, 3 regimes have so far been toppled and 2 others are on the way to being toppled. This wave will not stop.
Sheikh, you were tortured, you were imprisoned, you were exiled. Is there going to be torture in the future Tunisia? Is there going to be exiled people from the future Tunisia, or is this going to be instated in law that there will be, that Tunis will no longer torture?
The constitution must include an article on criminalizing torturers and to consider torture as a crime against humanity. Utmost penalties must be executed against perpetrators of this crime, regardless the ideologies they adopt. Torture is a violation of humanity. There must be national consensus on criminalizing torturers.
Another question of economy. If there's going to be no employment and jobs, I think all our talk here is just philosophical. You're perhaps socially conservative, but economically, are you a liberal on the economic level? You want to attract investments and open up the society towards more capitalist mode of production?
We've adopted in our program the system of free social economy, the same system of the market, but within the framework of justice and humanity, not the system of brutal markets. Yes, we encourage free initiatives, but within the framework of humanity.
On this encouraging note, Sheikh, thank you. مرحبا. أهلا بك. مشكور جدا.